Come on, dogs. Come on. Let's go fishing. Well, today I'm going to go out, me and the dogs. Going to try and catch a ray, thornback ray. It's not supposed to be particularly nice, the weather today, but a bit rainy, but sea state should be pretty calm. So we'll just get ourselves set up and then we'll go from there. Right, we're all set up. I'm just going to make my way around to the lock now. I think there's a few boats in it, so I'll have to raft up, but it is what it is. Now, I'm just coming round, I'm going to get in the lock. I'll be honest, I'm not a great lover of rafting, but it is what it is. As I said, there's only one side of the lock working, but yeah, normally people are pretty helpful. They'll grab you. Obviously, when I'm on my own, it's quite difficult. If I can get this side, which I know I can't, I think it's the other lock that's open, so yeah, so that side's gone, so I'll have to raft this side, so it's a little bit awkward, but like you say, it's practice makes perfect. I'm hoping my friend's going to be in there to grab me. Oh god, there's a massive great commercials in there, so anyway, I just have to do what I can do. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get on the end. Yeah, Sovereign, Lady Margaret, what do you want me to do? Raft up? Over? Sorry, I missed that. Over.
In between the Royal Sovereign and in front of Columbus is a other small boat.
Yep, no problems. Right, so I think my mate's up there, so I've got to come along the side of these two massive boats.
We're the small vessel in between the two big fishing boats. We're ready to assist you rafting up. Over.
Oh, that's a relief. So, just coming in the lock now. Yeah, stuck in between two massive great commercials, so just have to try and do what I can do.
Yeah, Sovereign. George. Take some fuel on the way around the place.
Well, what about that?
How easy is that?
Huh?
How easy is that? Look like a frog.
I feel like
You
one.
got that on video.
Shush bit. Well, that wasn't too painful. Managed to pull up the side of my friend, and I'm just following the Royal Sovereign out. So let's get out to this ground and see. It's no real secret. I'm just going to anchor up by a side of a wreck, sort of to one side of it's a sandy bank, and I'm hoping some rays are going to lay there. If not, I have got a plan B. But let's get myself set up, and I'll show you the rigs and the bait and all that I'm using in a minute. Right, I've just got out here now, and well, the weather's not fantastic, a little bit of drizzle there, but if I show you the area I'm looking at, let's go on to the chart here. Now, this is a wreck here, but I reckon this area here, where these holes are, it's like an indentation here. I know that's a friend of mine's mark from the fishing club that I'm a member of, so I think I'm gonna, it's flooding, so, oops, let's just do this. Right, so it's flooding, so we should be going sort of left to right, so I reckon if I get myself down here I should drift over there, but let's move myself round, have a look, and I'll say if I travel over the ground a bit I'll be able to see roughly what the area's like. I say these relief shading charts are fantastic. They really do give you a great idea of what's on the bottom of the seabed, but you know, I've been told sort of to get quite close to this wreck, but which I think probably along this side here, but I quite fancy this area here. But let's have a look. I'm gonna travel over it and see what it actually looks like on the sounder. So what I'll do is I'll put the sounder on for you as well. Let's just close that up, and then we can see what the that's it. So then we can see exactly what the bottom of the seabed looks like. So I'm just coming off the side of this wreck now. This normally I'll chuck a lure down, but I'm sort of dedicated to trying to catch a ray today, but we'll just go across the side of this and you'll probably see it come up on the sounder in a minute. There you go, it's coming up here. So I don't really want to be super close to it. I fancy this area here, I think. The little ones there, I've got to watch him today because he can jump up the sides now around here. I don't want him going in. So yeah, let's just look at this area here and see. I think this is where I was told where I probably get them, but let's go on to the chart. I fancy here. That's what that's looking good to me. So I'm going to just put myself down here somewhere, see where I'm drifting. So it's a bit lumpy, a bit swelly. There you go. It's not for the weekend warriors today. I know a friend of mine from the marina was going to come out, but he's already messaged me saying with the umbrella emoji up. There you go. It's not for everyone. This is certainly better than smashing myself to pieces on a building site, laying bricks. Alright, let's just get myself down here. And then if wind and tide do what they're supposed to do, I should drift across there, but I'm going to get down here at about where that 52 is, and that should get me into some area. But I mean, I'm looking at it now, it looks really good round here, but let's just stop here and let's see where we're going to go. Right, and I'll get the rods. I'll get the rods out and set up. I think I'm going to try and do something so this dog doesn't escape. Let's do something like this. I don't want him jumping out. Right, so again, I'm just going to use a 12 to 20 rod, and these are just old. They're not the new ones. These are just old Dawa Kanzakis that I've always used. I love these ones. They do. I've got a new one that I use for congering, the blue ones, but I don't like the new ones. I don't think the butt's quite long enough on them. Right, what's going on here? And all I'm going to use is a boom, bead and fast clip, and that's a running ledger, and I'm going to fish it with about a 5-foot trace, and I'm going to see. I've got a rig made up, but I'll show you how I make my rigs up. So I've got one already made here, and I've actually put a I'm using these Cox and Roll hooks today, and I'm going to use just a rattle and a bead and just see, you know, anything as an attractor. Well, that's amazing. Normally you put them in a bag and you can never get them out again. So yeah, it's about 5 foot, and I don't know if you can see, I've got a sort of long shank hook, bead, and like a place rattle really. I'm going to try that on there today and see. So let's just get one up and going, and I'll show you my bait that I've got. So you can see, yeah, we're drifting exactly how we should be. So I'm not too worried about the engine being running, because I'm not after bass or anything. And the tide's about 7 metre today, so probably get away with an 8-ounce lead, but I'll probably stick a 12 down, and it'll pin me nice and tight to the bottom. Okay, the bait I'm going to be using today, I've got a little variety today. Let's put that rod rest out the way. I've got mackerel, herring and squid. So there's the mackerel I've got, which is still frozen, but I took the herring and the squid out last night, so it's quite soft, the herring, so I'm going to whip it on today. So let's just get myself organised here. Put that down, I'm getting wet. I've got baiting elastic here to whip it on. Right, get my knife out. So with the herring, look, the dog's interested. So I'm gonna literally, I think I'm gonna just go down there like that. Come on, out the way, Skip. Right, and I'm going to keep this nice fleshy part here. Not going to have the baits too big, about like that, nice and fleshy. Let's get my hook ready. Now I'm going to put it onto this baiting spoon, and I'm going to whip it with some baiting elastic to start with. So these just make it just quite a bit easier to... No, Skip, leave it. They just make it easier, really, to whip it, not quite so messy. So I'm only going to go around a few times just to hold it. You can see all that juice coming out straight away, so that'll do like that. Just push it off. You can see them guts coming out of it already. And then literally with the hook, I'm going to put the hook in through the fleshy bit here and out like that, and then I'm going to whip that. So it's always a bit awkward when you're moving around. Okay, so yeah, just whipping that hook on like that round, and that's got Ray written all over it. That, see the juice coming out of that. The rays have got quite small mouths, but they are part of the shark family, and they'll smell anything. So I think that's pretty good there. Just go up the line a bit. So that's one bait ready. So come on, Skip, come out the way. Right. So now, just going to have a look where we are at the minute. So yeah, I can see myself now where I am. I've got a sovereign shoal boat right by me. So Skip, right, in you go. Go on, in you go. Go on, in there. Right, let's just shut him in there for a minute. I don't want him grabbing hold of one of them hooks. Oh dear. Right, let's move myself round a bit, and then I'll get on anchor. I'm not quite sure what this sovereign shoal boat is doing, but I'll get myself round. I know where I'm drifting, so let's move round. So I'm going to follow my line roughly down. Well, I don't know where the hell he's going. So I'll just keep an eye on him. You can see him on there. I'll push on that, the Royal Sovereign. So I don't know quite what he's doing, whether he's dropping nets down here or what. Looks like he's going right over that wreck. So whether he's, not quite sure what he fishes for, whether it's Wilkes or whatever. But I'm going to chuck the anchor in anyway, so get myself round here. Skip, come on in. I'm not sure what the sovereign boat's doing there, but I'm going to go and put my anchor on. I think I'll put this dog inside a minute. Come on in. Try and shut that so he doesn't come out. Right, I'm going to get my anchor down. Right, now I'll put the anchor down. As I say, I'm still not quite sure what this commercial guy's doing. You can see where I've put the anchor down here, and I should just back myself onto here. It'll start to bite in a minute. Right, let's put this up here so it's not looking. Right, I've just got to keep my eye on this dog. It's a nightmare. I don't have this problem with Pip. Right, yeah, so you can see the boat swinging us round a bit now. So I think the anchor's tight. Yeah, look, he's trying to get up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm holding good now. You can feel the boat tighten. So I think I'm safe here. Okay, right, so I'm going to get my first rod over, so I'll switch this engine off. I'll say I've got a 12-ounce lead on this one, and I'm trying the herring first, and I'll set the other one up with something else. But this looks like a lovely bait. So let's try it, and rattle and beads, I don't know, we'll see. Right, okay, so about a 5 foot trace. Make sure my clutch is tightened. I probably wouldn't need this amount of lead, but I want to make sure that I'm holding bottom. I want to be tight to the bottom. Okay, let's get this other rod set up. And I'll show you the rig I'm using on this one. I'll make it up. So both exactly the same rods, 12 to 20. I use these for most sort of light ground fishing, and yeah, really they'll handle a tote. These I use it for spur dogs, which I never caught this year, but there you go. I heard there was a 23-pound one caught in the nets off the shoals the other week, but there you go. I went 5 times trying to look for them, and you can only do so much, and you've got to move on. As I said, there's probably pollock out here today, but you know, there's only so many videos you can do on pollock. But okay, let's get this. I'll show you how I make this rig up. Now, what I'm going to use is I was given these a long time ago. These are Specimen Special Edition. They're just a 4.0 strong Cox and Raw hook, and I'm going to use some 40-pound just Amnesia fluorocarbon. It's sort of mid-range. The stuff I use for lure fishing is a Seaguar, I think, and that's quite expensive. This is sort of mid-range, and it's brilliant. I'm going to put this one out, I think, on about a 4-foot trace, and I'm not going to use any whistle or beads or anything like that. I'm just literally going to put it down as it is. So what I'm going to do, we're swaying around a bit, and the wind, I don't know what's going on with XC weather at the minute. It tells you it's going to be 6 miles an hour, and I reckon it's blowing, well, 16, close to 20 out here today. So, okay, so basically through the eye. Let's see if I can get this on my head cam, might give you a better look at it. Right, so yeah, just through the loop, and I just go round that, make a loop, go round it 5 or 6 times, and then through that, wet it. I always leave a little tag end because it helps to bind it when it goes onto the bait. It just holds it, stops it slipping down. And let's get about 4 foot, I think. Right, so I'm going to go about good arm's length. Let's cut that off. And then I've got a swivel here. I think I've got them in here. No, it's in this one. I have these pots set up, normally super organised for wrecking and that, and they're just handy little pots to have your stuff in. You've got everything there. So I've got quite a strong barrel swivel on, and literally I'm just going to do the same again 5 times or 6 times round. 3, 4, 5, 6, and back through the loop, wet it, and the tag end stays on. It's no big deal. Right, so that's my rig, very simple, on a running ledger. I've got a longer boom on this one, just because I normally use this if I'm wrecking for sidewinders. I'm quite happy with that weight on there, so I'm probably gonna, if I've got one, I'll probably put another 12 ounce down. What's that? That's a 12. So probably a little bit heavier than what I need, but it's fine. Okay, and on this I think I'm going to try some mackerel and squid. So I'll take a fillet off. Let's show you what I'm going to do. Right, so where's my knife? So yeah, I've got a nice big mackerel there. So I'm going to take a nice fillet off of that. So what I do is I go under the gill here, cut down, still a bit frozen this one, go along, sort of along the backbone, take a nice fillet off. Oh blimey, it's frozen solid. Right, that's it there. So I'm going to get 2 baits out of this. That's a nice bait. Cut that down a bit, and then I think I'm gonna put a bit of squid on as well. Why not? Here's a lovely squid. I'm just going to leave that whole, and I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to put it on this baiting needle, baiting spoon, that and that, and then wrap it. So I'm going to go in through the fillet with this one, so it holds it a bit easier. So let's push that up a bit, but yeah, it hasn't done very great, that one, but anyway. Right, so yeah, I think I'm going to go like that, back on itself, and then I'll whip that. Right, so let's put this on here, and that'll just take my line away from the other rod. Right, I think I've got a fish on this back one. I'm hoping it's a ray. It's just bent right over, so it might have snagged on the bottom, but we're not drifting around, so I'm not sure. It doesn't feel like a fish to me. Trouble with a ray, you can never really tell. It's like sometimes it's just a bit like dragging a carrier bag full of water up. Oh, well, what can I say? Well, really? I thought I got rid of these. Well, it's a dogfish, it's not a blank, so I'll take that. The famous dogfish. There you go. So just had the famous dogfish. So it's not a blank, but I'm going to put the whole side of this mackerel fillet on now, and I haven't bothered baiting, using baiting elastic with this because it's quite solid. So I've just gone through it twice. You can see the top of the hook there. So I'm going to put that over. Thought I was getting an inquiry on this rod earlier, but probably the blessed dogfish. So normally with a ray it'll take it right over, bend right over. That's what I thought I had one on here, but not to be. Alright, I think I'm getting a bite on this rod here. I can move that round for you so you can see it a little bit. So let's just get this rod out. And feel it. If it is a ray, I don't want it to swallow it right down. So yeah, it's extremely windy out here today. Certainly not what it was showing. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh my god. Feels like I've lost the weight. So whether I'm in snaggy ground here, I shouldn't be. feels like I've lost everything up there. I think what I'll do while I've got a little bit of time, I'm going to make a couple of baits up, whip them up ready, and then all I've got to do is put the hook through. Just saves a bit of time. So I'll wrap them up exactly the same way. I quite like that baiting spoon. It's quite a handy way. You just got to just need to practice my elastic skills a little bit better. Oh, there you go. One of them. So this is a fillet of mackerel and some squid. So I've cut the squid in half, and a mackerel fillet. So bait elastic right up. It's quite easy on this when you haven't got the line in the way. I never know what way to put it round the line. Simplest things confuse me. So there's the bait, well presented. So that's ready for when I pull up in a minute. Well, I think I'm going to make a decision and move. I was going to move. There's like an outfall pipe about 3 miles off, but my normal ray marks are sort of down east, and I've just looked on the map and it's only about 5 or 6 miles, so I might steam down there. And I've got another mark that is it's like a hole I know my friend fishes, but trouble is when I get down there I'm going to sort of be on slack water, and I don't want to anchor until the tide starts moving. So I may well go down and just drift around on the place grounds with the baits down. I know you can catch rays on, drifting. I do generally fish for them on anchor, but I think I'm going to go down and try that, and then when the tide starts moving, which it will be ebbing, I'll make a decision. So I think I'm going to do that. I'll get the rods in. Well, I've just got this rod in, and there is yet another lovely dogfish. So I'm officially the dogfish king, I think. I know when I was fishing for spur dogs, that's all I was catching. This one sort of swallowed the hook down quite deep. That's it, they come out quite easy. But yeah, another prize of the day. Right, what I'm going to do is secure these rods so that they don't go everywhere. I'll put that in there, lay that rod down there, so I'm ready to go, and I'm just going to get the anchor in and then steam down the road. Okay, well, I'm just moving now, so I'm coming up to this mark. Okay, I'm just steaming along to this hole, just coming off of these banks, and I'm going to position myself in this hole and see what way the tide's taking me, and I won't put the anchor down until I'm sure. I've learned through experience, you put the anchor down before the tide starts moving, and when it does start moving, you're completely off the mark you want to be, and it's not a particularly nice day today, so I don't really want to be dragging the anchor up and down all the time. So I'm about quarter of a mile away from where I want to be at the minute. Right, I don't know if you can see on this chart here, I'm just coming, this area here is like a big hole, so I'm just going to put myself round there. I think if I put the sounder on, it'll give you some idea of what we're going to go into. So we're sort of 90 foot, let's just come off of autopilot. So I'm sort of 90 foot, 94 foot here. Let's go into this hole. That's where I think I want to, well, I know I want to be, but it's the same as anything they've got to be. So you can see I've dropped another 16 foot down just coming across that bank, and you can see on the sounder how that's dropping. And really and truthfully, my friend told me about this. He had a load of rays, well, a couple of years ago now, but you need to be right in this hole, otherwise you're not going to get them. And the theory is when the food comes over the side, it will drop down in that hole. It's a perfect holding place for well, scavengers really, rays are, you know. So let's see what we're doing now. We're on 106 foot. Let's get right into that hole. You can see the indentation there. Let me just blow it up a bit. There you go. That's where I want to be there, I think. Yeah, see, look, you've gone into 117 foot of water. Let's just get me in a bit tighter. So if you were fishing it on the flood, you'd have to anchor up here and drop your boat over. But with the ebb tide, it's a perfect opportunity because I can get myself up here and bang myself up to the bank. You know, it's easier to anchor this mark on an ebb tide because I'm going into it, and the other side here is a wreck. So I don't want to get my anchor caught. When I first got this boat, I lost 2 anchors straight away, just being naive. I think I know the ankle rope was rot when I got it. I don't think it ever really done a lot of anchoring. It's just been sitting about. But yeah, let's see. Here you go. You're in 130 foot, 120, yeah, 130 foot of water. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave myself here, I think, for now. Get to the edge. So if it's ebbing, we should be going this way. So I'm hoping that we do. But I'm just going to stay. I'm just going to stay here and just give me some idea of what we're doing. There, it's not. I'm drifting like this. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing on the tip. Well, I think I'm going to get the rods in. It's sort of 2:10. Didn't manage to get the rays today, so yeah, I had all the bait, you know, on the right area. But it is what it is, you know. Had a cracking day, but only dogfish and whiting today. So yeah, I don't know how the lads got on out on the wrecks. I know a friend of mine had a small codlin today, but I don't know. Steve, another mate of mine, had a pollock on a wreck, but you know, I could have, you know, probably hit around the reefs and hit a few pollock and codlin or whatever. But you know, today was really about targeting the rays. But I think next time, I've just been looking on Facebook, and there's a lot of rays coming off just off the beach. So I think next trip out, I'll just go a mile off, you know, down where I should have gone before. There's like an outfall pipe, sewerage pipe thing out just off of Hastings, which is only about a mile off the beach, and I think I'll probably try there, or around by Eastbourne Pier is always a good one. So come on, let's get stuff eating all that. Yeah, okay, I think I'm going to get the anchor in, reel the rods up, get the anchor in, and make my way to the lock, see if I can get the 3 o'clock lock. Right, just getting into the lock now. So yeah, quite a good day out there today. But let's just see if I can get in the lock nice and safe. The only one here, so no chance of hitting anything. So back nice and safe in Sovereign Harbour. So yeah, an empty lock as you can see. Just locking the gate now. I'll get round to my berth and get cleared up. But yeah, lovely day out there, but didn't quite get what I went out for. Tried to get them raised, but you know, it's only fishing.